There were three key factors that played into music and how it was made in Greece during the Renaissance period, and those three were the economy, political issues, and religion. But most of the music that was made for the church and use in the church. Music during this time was made by what they call Franco-Flemish composers. A very famous one was Dupre. He was just known for traveling all over Europe, trading musical ideas with other composers. There were several instruments popular during this time. One that's in the center of the screen, called the viola da gamba, was described as a fretted bowed string instrument. And then in the bottom left is the lute. And in the top right is the organ. Music and poetry played a large role together because they added intensity and emotion and feelings into the songs that they sang and composed. And after listening to a few clips of these songs, it was very evident that they were meant to be in a church and were almost like a hymnal. Michelangelo, who is in the left picture, was originally from Italy, and he was famous for studying Greek and Roman sculptures. And one of his works that came from studying this was the Statue of David. He was meant to be lifelike and realistic. Like everything else, weapons changed over time. Some example of some weapons that they were using were swords, daggers, bows, and eventually they began to use firearms. There was a Greek mathematician who was called Hero of Alexandria. He first came up with the idea of a steam engine, and later there was a man named Thomas Savery, and he ended up actually making the first steam engine. Cretan school came about at this time, and it was known for its icon painting. The artists of this school were influenced by Eastern and Western traditions. El Greco, who is on the left, was known to be the most successful artist, and on the right is just another piece of art that was made. Clothing for men and women during the Renaissance was extreme and extravagant. As you can tell from the picture on the screen, these dresses are very formal and they have a lot of detail and are very complex. Headgear is very popular during this time. An example of this headgear was crowns. They were worn by people of royal class and they were a symbol of nobility. There were several different materials that were used in making these outfits. The top three were wool, linen, and hemp, and they were all dipped in vibrant, rich colors. Also, fur was used during this time as a lining layer, but it was mainly for the royal class because it was very expensive. Thank you for listening.